race at Talladega Superspeedway. Pressure has not been higher. Green flag in the air.
It's always a tense time for the drivers. This is the first time they've been in a pack like this. They've been here for 2 days, but in the practice you get on Friday, you get a pack of maybe 12 cars at the most. This is the first time they've been on the racetrack with this many cars.
And look at how they spread out going down the backstretch. Already 3 distinct lines have formed.
And it didn't take Brad Keselowski to show us that side draft. They're going to use it all day long. He pulled down to the quarter panel of the 78, pulled the 78 back, now tries to clear him off in turn 4.
Coming back into the tri-oval. 2 and 3 wide already. Keselowski starting to move back and forth to block. Get in front of whichever line is moving. This may be the busiest day in a spotter's life when he is trying to let the drivers know where the runs are and where the cars are.
And an aggressive move by Denny Hamlin to go from the middle to the bottom. He's the 3rd car back on the bottom line, that black FedEx 11. Very interesting as you see the 11 right here out of the front of the 3. What's interesting about the 11 is his teammates have chosen to ride in the back, but Denny Hamlin below the cut line by 6 points. He can't. He has to race, so he's up here racing without any teammates.
The other interesting thing that's going to happen is what is this middle line doing? Right now they're experimenting to see if the middle line works. Some races the middle line is great. It charges to the front. Sometimes it just dies out with no energy. So immediately we have a long line in the middle trying to make that work.
They are 3 wide once again through the tri-oval and to the start-finish line. Again, unique about this racetrack, the start-finish line, about a quarter of a mile past the center of the apex of the tri-oval.
And watch Brad Keselowski. When we had 3 lines, now he has 3 lines to block. He's looking in the mirror. He's paying complete attention to the mirror, rarely looking out of the front windshield. Spotter telling him run coming from the back on the outside in the middle. So he's blocking all 3 lanes at the moment. If he sees momentum coming from a lane, watch right here, the Truex, a little bit of momentum. The 2 car pulls down in front of him to slow that momentum down. Keselowski mirror driving big time.
This is the most difficult part. It's one thing to block 2 lanes, Jeff, but when you have to block 3, that's a big move. You know, it's 40, 50, 60 feet from the bottom to the top of the racetrack. Brad's making it look easy, but right now there's not a lot of energy. It's just kind of slower run, so the 78 is starting to get energy down bottom.
Truex almost got underneath him, but wasn't quite able to pull it off.
I want to listen into some spotter communication. Let's start with the 2 team.
Truex ahead by 2 on Denny. He air pushed him out. Denny's ahead by 2 out back. Denny will get the energy behind. Truex, high lane's coming 1 back. Chase and Stenhouse. Now 2 wide, out back. Chase now ahead by 2 by himself. Truex ahead by 2, bottom lane. Truex and Chase are 2 wide. Chase has an air push. He's going to come to you 1 back. 2 wide, first 2 rows. Middle lane has the help. Chase ahead by 1. Bottom lane is 5 rows back. Truex ahead by 2, Chase ahead by 2. Each lane ahead by 2, the first 3 rows. Truex has more help. He got air pushed out. Chase got air pushed out. It's 3 wide behind him. Chase has Stenhouse behind. Truex has Kurt behind. Those first guys are 2 wide, 3 wide behind. Soft 1.
So what you're listening to is you're listening to his spotter. Joey's telling him where the energy is coming from, meaning which line you need to protect. And also, when you listen to the spotter say, Truex ahead by 2, that means he's ahead of the 11 car by 2. And the reason that's important is because if someone's right on his rear bumper, that's what the 2 needs to know. If right now the 11 is behind the 78 right on his rear bumper, energy's coming from that. If they're separated, energy's not coming. That's why that information, he's ahead by 2. That means no energy from that line.
Marty.
And Rick, I can tell you it's amazing hearing Joey Meyer on the radio. You would think being in the lead there wouldn't be a lot of traffic on the radio, but that is when there is a ton of traffic on the radio. Brad Keselowski out front right now, and the theme for the 2 team this week has no doubt been undersell, over-deliver. Remember last week at Kansas, Brad Keselowski said it would be a layup weekend, and it turned out to be a problem weekend for them. They now come in below the cut line. They're thinking We need to deliver. I asked Brad Keselowski about that before the race. He said, listen, we've won here 4 times. I've never had a car this good at Talladega. That's what I expect today.
Mentioned all the pressure on the Chase drivers. How about a little added pressure for Brad Keselowski? He has won the last 2 restrictor plate races. He's going for 3 in a row right now, out in front and doing everything he has to do. The last person to win 3 straight restrictor plate races, and the only one that has done that, Dale Earnhardt Sr. That would be some pretty impressive company that he would be able to join.
And Brad Keselowski is doing a phenomenal job. Joey Meyer on top of the roof. But it's more than just a driver and a crew chief. I know, or in a spotter. We talk about the drivers and the spotters a lot. But you have to have a great car to drive. I think Brad Keselowski showing the strength of that too early.
3 wide at Talladega on an elimination race.